have to wait too long to get the data into their browser and start to see it.
Mhm.
So with the, let me show you another example of, let me go back here. Let me show you another example of legends. So in this case, I've got two legends, one of which I've told it to be interactive. So I can click on Europe and it isolates and only shows the European countries. And I can also, within the European countries, I can highlight just the Eastern European countries. So here's two legends looking at two different columns within the data and enabling me to highlight them independently. And in this case, it's actually a multi-select. So I'm highlighting both Southern Europe and Eastern Europe. And I can, the last one, all of them. Okay, there's Western Europe. I guess there's probably a Northern Europe as well. All right, you get the sense of what I'm talking about here with multiple, using multiple legends to help. You can either isolate the data or highlight the data. I'm going to show you how those are defined as long as we're kind of getting onto legends here for a moment. So legend one is match swarm dot category and color. By the way, you get this little guy here. You can drag it around into place. If you want to, you can click outside if you not actually need to drag it. So it's matching the swarm dot category and color. See, here's the full data set. This is actually a life expectancy data set over 200 years for a select group of 40 or 50 countries. And in this example, I'm telling it to isolate. So when you first create a legend, the chances are the interactions would be none. If I say isolate, then it's going to say, how would you like to do that? And essentially, when I click Europe, it's going to only show me Europe. For the other legend, legend two here, in this case, I'm not matching the swarm dot category. Instead, I'm going to pull from the region column. And I'm going to, I can give it whatever color scheme I want here as that, since it's a different, since the colors don't actually match, maybe I don't want it to be very colorful. Maybe I want it to just be all the same color, for example. And I can pick that. And then in this case, I told it to be a horizontal legend instead of vertical. I told it to rotate the text a certain amount. You can see that here, if I put in maybe 45 or 90 degrees, it rotates the text as requested. And for the interactions, on the other one, I selected highlight on, or isolate. On this one, I selected highlight, and I'm telling it when it matches, leave the color that's already there. So Sub-Saharan Africa was already colored orange, and anything that doesn't match, it's a miss, make it gray. Maybe I want to make it a darker gray. Or actually, I'm sorry, there's two interactions. You can tell it the color of this, of the legend, and you can tell it the color of the swarm dots. And so I'm going to make, did you see how those swarm dots just went darker? Or I could make them a mist color to be red, whatever color makes sense for your data set. So you can say when it matches, make it a color. When it misses, make it a color. You can change the size of the dots, whether they match or misses.